So everybody, this is the after show, after party, whatever the hell it is, and we're having our wine because we're celebrating the first show, and I'm sweating my ass off, so that's why my hair is up.
And we just couldn't stop talking because it's been so long.
We don't know if we talked too fast. We apologize, but we were just so excited to like catch up because we haven't talked to each other in like a million years.
Or if you couldn't follow us because we were just talking to each other.
Yeah, we're fine. I mean, people always want to have just like listening on people's conversations, right?
That's right.
Yeah, like we just want to know what the hell Linda's doing. Everyone wants to know what Linda's doing. Everyone wants to know what Karen's doing, right?
Yeah, and Linda started a podcast.
I started a podcast. It's gonna be a gallery of conversations. Yeah. Originally, I was gonna do happy hour.
Oh, that's good.
It's gonna be like Art and Hustle happy hour because that's what everyone's doing right now on COVID anyway. It's having a drink.
That's why at first I poured my wine into this glass.
Yeah.
I better be discreet.
I was like, yeah.
Wine helps me create as well.
I bought the glass and the bottle in case I needed.
And I wish I was over there.
I know, I miss you. So I have $50. That's perfect.
Easy.
Oh my God. So there we go. We're gonna do an art show, events. So it's not even just a show, it's like an art party. So you have like vendor tables, you can show your products, you can sell products, you can show kids how to do something, it can be like activities, you know, so it can be anything that we do. Yeah, so that's why I do the Art and Hustle, because it's basically it's a free-for-all. It's like a no judgment zone. Whatever you created, you are welcome to show it on the walls. You know what I mean? There's no judgment, whatever it is. And so we'll get like new artists who have their art at the show and they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for, you know, including me in your show. I'm like, yeah, like this is like, I was tired of like the stuffy stuck up galleries where to me it seemed like so elusive to be able to get into those galleries, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
Instagram gave me the opening to just be like, all right, well, I'm just gonna create a show wherever the hell it is. I'm gonna just create my own solo, you know, show. And that's what I did. I was like, well, there's an empty room, and the guy was like, I forgot how much he was renting it. Maybe at that point it was like anything was too much for me, but I think he was like gonna rent it to me for a month for like $150, I think it was, for the room, right? And I was like, well, I just need to sell. To me, I was like, okay, well, that's a lot of money for me right now, but if I can just sell one painting, that will at least cover the rent for the month. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. 150 is a lot for me right now, but I'm just gonna do it. It's gonna cover the rent. If I can just sell one painting, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
So that was it. I was like, I'm just gonna create my own art show. Here's my first solo show, and that's how I promoted it. I was like, this is it. Everybody come.
And you just had the ability to believe in it, you know, or have the confidence to do it and not give up on it and like just what's the worst gonna happen? You're gonna fail, you know, like
exactly. But you have to be able to be like ready to put yourself out there. And when I set everything up, I did a table. I had like, you know, my portfolio. I had some art, so everything I had in there looked professional because obviously we're gonna do it professionally. And the people who came were like, this is amazing. I was like, yeah, it's my first art show. So I'll be like so excited. I'm like, this is my first art show. This is my first solo show. They're like, what are you talking about? This looks so professional, you know? And I was like, really? Thank you. You know, because like, I mean, like, you know, us, we're going to make sure we do dot everything, make sure everything looks professional, looks good. You got your business cards, your portfolio. And people were shocked that they're like, this is your first one. This is phenomenal. So.
Yeah, that's like, amazing.
So.
That's amazing.
So I was like, maybe I have something here, right?
Yeah. I've been watching Undercover Billionaire. You ever seen that? It's on Discovery Channel.
So do they go, what's the premise of it? Do they help people or?
Well, so they have 90 days to build $1 billion business, and they're billionaires, but nobody knows they are. And they're given $100 in a truck.
Oh my God.
And they have to figure it out. And then I was like, I know there's cameras and I know it's a show, but like, I was like, they're given $100 and they show them like, I need a place to eat. I'm gonna eat, I need a place to stay. do that. Now let's turn this $100 into $200, and let's turn this into this. And they just keep going and going and going and going and trying.
What's the name of the show?
Undercover Billionaire. And so when I saw them doing that, I was like, I'm gonna just go to the art place and see. There's just, I can ask, like, how much is it? You know, and I learned so much. I was like,
what is it on Netflix or
Discovery?
Oh, Discovery. I don't think I have Discovery.
You can find it somehow, probably, like,
yeah, maybe it's on YouTube. I'll find a show probably.
Yeah. I can use my code or whatever, but I was so inspired by that because I was like, they showing you how they're roughing it.
Wow.
They're trying so hard to turn that $100 into more, and they have to do, you know, they have to do it for the show. But they were saying, you know, negotiating, like, can I clean the place for a month so that I can stay here? And then, you know, they needed a place to be able to like start building their business. Yeah. And figuring out what business to build. And like, they got balls. Like, I want to do that. Like, I want to like, that's just amazing. Have the balls to go and ask and try and not give up and just be relentless about it, you know? Yeah. So that kind of helped. I know.
So they were like hustling. That's it. That's the hustle, right? That's the hustle of how people do it. That's what we're asking everybody.
That's what you did. You were like, don't have this $100.
I don't have this $150, but I'm gonna risk it.
Yeah, you're gonna risk it for a good reason. And if you hadn't done that, then you wouldn't have what you have. You know, you wouldn't.
I wouldn't be here today if I didn't finally get to the point where I'm like, I have to do art. You know? Yeah. And like my point in my life that got me to get back to my art was my mom passing away. Yeah. When she died, I had this voice that kept saying something in my head, kept saying, you need to do art and you need to do big art. So the voice kept saying that to me. It said, you have to do big art. You got to get back to your art and you have to do big art. So it just kept saying, do big art. So I was like, all right, well, I'm just going to go to the art store and get like 5 to 10 giant canvases, the biggest ones they have. So I think I got like 30 by 40 canvases, small ones, big ones, whatever. I just got like a car full of canvases. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm creating, but I just got to do big art. Yeah. So like, and with like one of these pieces, like, so like, I was like, I wasn't trying to create anything anymore. I was just basically creating what my soul was telling me to do.
Yeah, so cool.
Right? So like, I put the canvases on a table, and then I had this idea of like collaging that I probably got inspired by somebody. I'm like, I'm gonna do some collages. So I think I took my face and I blew it up 11 by 17, really, really big. So it was like the size of the canvas, but then I ripped my face apart because that's basically how I felt at that moment, you know? I felt like I was coming undone. Yeah. So I took my face, I ripped it apart, and then I put it back together onto the canvas and printed out a whole bunch of words that were relevant to me. And so like that, I think that was the start of, you know, the big art for me.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, so that's how I started getting back into my art, was probably an expression of, I guess, the turmoil or whatever I was feeling inside, you know? Yeah. So
what do you think, now with COVID and all that, and that you lost your job and that you're not doing that work all the time? I know you're doing it freelance and all that, but as you're doing that, are you fantasizing about just doing big art and not that?
No, because I'm too, like, when I lost my job in March 17th, 2 weeks before my birthday. I was like, oh my God, I was working there for 14 years. And that was the longest I've ever worked for any place, because usually, like you, we're probably like, all right, we'll work here for a little while, and then we'll work here, and we'll just jump around. But then after you get married and have kids, you're like, no, I have to pay for this house. I got to pay for this mortgage. So then you kind of just stay where you're at. And I stayed there for 14 years until they kicked me out.
Oh my gosh.
But after they kicked me out, but besides, but the other point of that, like, I always wanted a 9-to-5 that I can pay for my bills, and then I would always do a side hustle at home.
Mm-hmm.
So I always did my 9 to 5, but then I always did something else that fed my soul when I got home after I took care of the kids and whatever. And then when they went to sleep is when I would do my side hustles. So I always had something that fed my soul. I think, but then I did a card. I did my card business, right? I did my card business. I did my Etsy business. And then when I lost my job, I took a month to cry. A lot.
Yeah, sure.
And then I was like, you know what? Everyone was like, you should be sewing masks. And I was like, but I don't want to sew. For some reason, like, I did not want to sew. I was like, I don't want to sew. It's not what I want to do. But they're like, you need to sew because obviously you have a shitload of fabric from school and I have a shitload of fabric from my cards that this is the obvious solution to make some money now. So I was like, fuck, all right. I dusted off my sewing machine. I Googled like how to make a mask and then I posted on Facebook. I was like, oh, this is cute. All right, guys. I guess I'm going to start sewing masks. So if anybody want any, DM me, send me. So as soon as I posted that, someone was already like, I want some mask. And then someone texted me, okay, I need like 20. I was like, oh shit. All right. I guess I'm making masks. So every day I was getting orders. So thank God for that, because that kept me afloat during this whole COVID thing.
I know, and it was like the moment when the big guys hadn't caught up with production, because they probably made millions of them.
Yeah.
We were making like 1, 2, 3, 10, 20, orders like that.
But I was afraid to start because I was like, well, I feel like everyone's making masks, so why would someone want to buy it from me? Which is one reason why I was stopping myself, because I was like, no one's going to want to buy it from me. Everyone's going to be able to buy it already of all these other people who's sewing it. So why would they buy it from me,
Yeah, that's the big, we should never tell ourselves that. Like imposter syndrome, I think it's called. Like somebody else is doing it, they're probably doing it better. Or why would they
That's
why? Because you're you.
That's what was going to stop me, was that I was like, well, why would they buy it from me? They can buy it from somebody else who probably makes it better, than me. So...
And I got weirded out too, like, oh, is it the right fabric? Is it gonna hurt someone? Like, are they gonna be safe?
Yeah.
Or, so I start researching like filters and fabrics and, and I loosened up about that after, because I started learning, of course, like, and wearing them and understanding, but like all these worries came in of like, I'm not capable and I shouldn't be making them.
See, it's all those little talks that we talk ourselves out of it, because I was like, I was gonna make masks with no elastic, because I was like, well, I'm just gonna sew what I have in the house and I'll just make my own straps. I was like, no, I can't do the straps. I just need some elastic, because that was so time consuming. I was like, no, I can't do the straps. That's why I had to turn to elastic, because I was like, oh my god, these straps take too long. I'm gonna have to like abort that mission and just buy some elastic. And the elastic was expensive at that point.
It was hard to get.
Yeah, because it was hard to get, and to get them from China and Amazon was like probably $20, I think, for a spool sometimes, or $15 or whatever it was. But it was expensive.
It took forever to get there.
It would take like a month.
Yeah.
So
and like these aren't repurposed, but the rest of it is. And trying to help fill a need, but there's a percentage of it that is.
Yeah.
And masks you don't want to make out of t-shirts and repurposed things maybe so much, but
like you can make them for your family, but
I find pieces of fabric that maybe there's not enough to make a million or do a reorder. It's like I have what I have.
It's one of a kind.
That's why I wanted to do the subscription thing, because it alleviates the big hurdle that I've been having, which helps me talk myself out of doing any of this. As I watched an episode of Shark Tank, and some guy was making, you've probably seen him, but he makes amazing like bags and surfboard covers and things out of billboards.
Yes, I love that. I see that all the time. I always want to buy one of those. And
so the woman, Lori, said, I don't want it. I'm interested in it. You can't, Sarah, Sally, and Molly can't all buy that one bag. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like me and my friend can't go buy the same one. So, and I was like, that's why I want to do this, because
that's
I don't
the
want
point. The point is that it's unique. Yeah, the point that is like one of a kind and unique.
Yeah, so when she said like I'm not interested in, you're not going to go anywhere, you're not going to make any money doing that, I was like, oh, maybe it's too hard, maybe it's
you
too
start
hard.
talking yourself out of it.
Yeah, so then when I said, well, I could do the subscription, because then it does work for me, because then I can say, if you're like Pure Vita bracelets, they give you a couple choices, and you don't know what you're going to get, and that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what to purchase when I go on there. What am I going to like? I don't know. Just send me one and let me see,
The other thing I did which was really working well for me, because when I was doing the custom orders, it was really stressful, because I'm like, oh my God, because I was taking custom orders front and back. So it was taking me forever to fill my orders, because like I was like, okay, I need to make sure that everyone gets their fabrics, and I gotta cut it and it's personalized. It was taking me forever, right? And then I realized, I was like, I gotta take a break. Because now I'm like exhausted from sewing constantly. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take a break, and I'm just gonna sew whatever I feel like sewing, whatever fabrics I have. I'm just gonna sew it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna start selling mystery packs.
Yeah.
So I'm like, listen, 5 for $25 mystery pack. Just tell me if it's male or female. And it's so much. It makes me happier to be able to create whatever mask I want, and then, and then they want the mystery ones, which to me is fun, because like it's fun to get something in the mail that's like you don't know what you're getting, and
you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's fun. Like I want to get a mystery pack of whatever, and then I'll put like extra ones in there that they, a couple extra free ones in there. Sometimes I'll be like, okay, what color? Some people were like, all right, can you give me, something? I'm like, it's a mystery. Don't ask for.
Yeah. And then because you're an artist, and you want to create.
Yeah, so I was missing that creativity of it.
Yeah, so many people say like, oh well, I don't want to work for them because then I can't create what I want. It's like, then go create what you want.
Yeah.
And I want to follow that. I want to create what I want to create, because it, like you said, it feeds your soul.
Yeah.
And then be able to like, they'll feel that in the product, like they will. They'll be like, oh, I love that, because you were able to put a little love into it, and like I want to choose the straps, and I want to choose the stuff. I want to choose the fabric, and I want to show you what my mind thinks, what my heart feels. Like I think these two look good together, because this is what I chose from. I took the moment to pull out all the fabrics I had and say, what two kind of complement each other.
Yeah.
And that is the design process, and that's the creativity process, and I want that. So
exactly, that's why I stopped for a moment. I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sew what I like and what makes me happy. And then my daughter gets to work in on it also. She gets to choose the two fabrics that she thinks that look good together, and then I sew it. So I was whipping out like so many masks when I was just doing whatever my soul wanted to create, as opposed to what I was filling orders. So whatever my soulfully I was making, I can't remember how many I whipped out, but like I feel like it was so easy. Like 50 of them would come out in like a couple days, as opposed to like 10 or something,
Yeah, you don't want to mess up. Yeah,
because I didn't want to mess up. I had to make it perfect. I had to do this, do that. So like I feel like I only get like 10 out or 15 out a day, as opposed to I think I got 50 out maybe in 2 days or something like that, or 100. I don't know what it was, but I feel like I got so many out that at that point I was able to sell them cheaper, because I had so many now. I'm like, all right, now I can sell them cheaper, because
exactly. That's what I felt too. I was like, I have so many here now. When I did the same thing, I was like, I just want to make a big stack.
Yeah, that's what I had to do. Yeah,
and they can buy from what I have.
Yeah,
and that's fine too. Obviously the hardest part is remembering to post, and then checking the posts, and then all of that, and then thinking I'm gonna put them on my website. It's like, no, I'm just gonna keep selling for now and see what happens. And then I got into ruts, and I didn't want to do it, and then
it's exhausting. It's exhausting to sit there sewing all the time. Yeah,
I changed that. I said, I'm gonna do 4 masks a day.
Yeah.
And tomorrow I'm gonna do 6 masks a day.
Yeah. And then your hands start like cramping up too. Like I was like, why do my hands hurt? I was like, oh my God, from like sewing so much.
Yeah. And sewing's not easy. And then there's the machine, and then you need to oil it, you need to clean it, and then you gotta.
I think I killed a couple machines. Remember I was having all those problems? I think I at least killed, I don't know, a handful of machines during COVID. They all kept jamming up on me because I was like sewing so much constantly all day long.
Yeah, my husband, I mean, his pictures are ridiculous.
They are. He's an amazing photographer.
Like, yeah, I'm inspired by him every day.
Tell him I said hi.
I will. Like watching him come home with the photos. I do all the culling of the photos.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm like,
that's awesome. I'm so happy that his photos and his photography are doing so well. That's amazing.
Yeah, he's doing good. But he's an artist, and he used his art to make a wedding business and loves that. But it doesn't have to be a picture of just a wedding. He takes pictures of anything. I mean, he took these pictures, like this was just down at the grassy area at the end of the street. Like, look at the light. Like, like it's just, I just love when he takes pictures. And his mom is an artist.
Oh, what does his mom do? What kind of artist?
She does like homes, like
interior design, or
she does like painting. Like she's an amazing painter. First of all, she's an amazing painter, and One Redbird Studio is her thing.
Oh, okay.
And she could do like a mural on a wall, or she could do, someone could say, I want my cabinets to look like this, and she could do that. She could paint anything, but I just love her hand.
Is your sister still out there?
My sister's still out here, yeah.
What is she doing?
She's taking care of herself. She's not working right now. She worked with me at the motivational speaker.
Oh yeah, I remember that. So she's not working for him anymore.
Oh no, we quit on the same day.
Oh, so he must have been devastated.
Probably, yeah. But we're both working our way back to ourselves. It was just intense. It was intense. Intensely not what we should have been doing.
Yeah. So does she live more capable?
Does
she live near you? Does she live near you?
Yeah, in Camarillo. So she's like 28 minutes away.
Okay.
So I see her often, and she sees Kai, and her husband works for a moving company, and she's working on getting back to like the acting world and things like that. So, but it's so different now, So she's just kind of working on herself.
Yeah, well, that's what we need to do. I feel like that's kind of what I took a break during COVID, and was like, I was stressed out, but still, like, I'm like, all right, well, eventually it's gotta bounce back, and eventually I'll get a job, and I'm gonna hang tight. I mean, it was hard just hanging tight, but
What are the freelance jobs you're getting?
Fashion.
Like just drawing flats and stuff like that?
Doing boards, sketching bodies, doing some tech packs.
See, part of me wants to do that so bad.
Yeah, and I want to get out. I don't want to do it anymore. I mean, the funny thing is that the company that I'm freelancing with right now, they actually hired the guy I sit next to. He's actually from LA.
Oh, really?
And he worked for a bunch of fashion companies in LA, and he said that the company I'm with now actually hired like 5 people from LA freelancing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can be one of them. Huh?
Like remote, or?
Yeah. From California. They're in California, and they do whatever work they have to do, and it's all remote. So you can do it too.
Oh, believe me, I've like combed and scoured and like sent my resume about fucking billion times. And I think it just gets lost in the shuffle. I don't know. Man,
that's so. Well, if I hear anything, I'll have to let you know.
Yeah, because I mean, as long as it's drawing files, that kind of stuff, like I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's it's mostly like drawing. Yeah, it's like just sketching and tech packs and setting up boards, which obviously you know how to do all of that.
Oh yeah, my slate.
Yeah.
I know, that's why it's been really hard. I've been like, I did do one. I had a couple little things in between that 6-year job. Mm-hmm. One was working at Trader Joe's.
I love Trader Joe's.
Yeah, I don't want to work there anymore though. And the other one was right when I got done, I was excited because I got this job designing socks.
Oh yeah.
And it was really fun. And I would go there once in a while and like, show them the work or get more work or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they did this weird thing where they were like, when they got my invoices and stuff, they were like, oh, it's too much. Like, it's, you can't work here anymore. I guess you can't pay that. I go, well, we agreed on the hourly rate and I did the work you told me to do.
Yeah.
So I don't, I checked my hours with you. Like, I don't get it. So it was just a disconnect between the financial and then the girl that got me the gig, she ended up doing it again with them afterwards. And then they did the same thing to her. So I was like,
oh no.
They said like, oh, well, we can negotiate a better price. Don't just cut me off. This is awesome.
Yeah, like what the hell? That sucks.
One day in fashion, you're in. One day you're out.
You're out. You're out.
Yeah, so that was fun. I've been trying to look for something like that ever since.
The other thing I'm doing freelancing is that I design flyers for a dance company in Florida.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So she basically originally she said that she hires a company in China that usually does this, and she's like, I can only pay you this certain amount of money a month, and it's basically like unlimited work for a month for a small amount of money because she's obviously paying me what she can get from China. And I was like, maybe you could pay me a little more because you're getting me on New York time.
So, not in China.
I'm not in China. So it's fun though because at least I can work from home and I can do it, while the kids are hanging out with me and I don't have to go anywhere. And it's actually nice to do that instead of fashion when I get home from working from fashion, 9 to 5. You don't want to come home and do the same thing again. So it's a good like break,
Yeah.
So that's the other thing I'm doing. So that's at least keeping me afloat too. So thank God that she didn't cut me during COVID. So she kept me on,
Yeah, that's good.
So I still had that. And then I was doing the mask. I don't think I've really done any art.
Like big art?
I don't think I've done any big art. I bought canvases. I have canvases in the garage that I bought because I was actually going to do like these custom collages of people and families. Like I would take your Instagram photos and then I would make a canvas create like this collage of all your photos of your family, turn them into black and white, and then have like the splatters of white, grays, golds, and gold leaf and all that stuff,
Yeah, that's a good thing to do right now as well.
Yeah, so that was like a business thing that I was gonna start, but then I never put the whole plan together yet. I would just do it for people who wanted me to do it, but I didn't like market it that way yet.
Yeah.
So that could be something I can market, but then
it's hard when you can't get it in front of people, physically.
Yeah, because I feel like my art looks better when you see it in person as opposed to just Instagram. Because everybody that buys a piece of art and gets it and was like, wow, it looks so much better in person, because then it's tactile, you got to touch it. It's like dimensional. It's all like, all the paint comes out. None of it's like flat. Like all of it comes out, then there's like beads on there. There's like seed beads,
Yeah, and have you ever like, I don't know, like I would imagine like how would I see it is like, you ever like videoed it or like?
Yeah, I did some of those. Like I'll do like little Instagram videos where you see like the angle of it, so then you can see like it's the paint is like coming up and like dimensional.
And so in New York, like what's the situation like? Are things opening up a lot, or
it's opening up really slowly. Manhattan, like you still can't really go out to eat in Manhattan, so like you just pick up your food and go. But like other areas, it's more open. I feel like before, like during the summer, I guess like in Long Island, you were able to like eat outdoors. In Jersey, you probably could eat inside, but it's like separated. But like I feel like Manhattan's taking a long time for it to like reopen again. You know?
Yeah. That's crazy. In the subways, people are in the subways, right?
I haven't gone to the subway because my bus actually drops me off right in front of my building.
Right.
But it's sad to see the Manhattan because like on 34th Street and Empire State Building, there's so many stores like closed down. You know, like Victoria's Secret closed down, Gap closed down, like big bars like, you know, Heartland Brewery closed down. You know, I forgot what other stores, but like there's so many on 34th Street that all closed down. I was like shocking.
Oh my gosh. And is the company that you worked for still open?
Yes, but they went bankrupt when they originally let me go. They're like, sorry, but we're going bankrupt and we can't pay you our severance that we owe you for the 14 years that you worked for us.
Now I know why you cried.
Yeah, because I'm like, no, I didn't know. I knew when they let me go, they didn't tell me they went bankrupt until like 2 months later or 3 months later. Yeah, so I didn't find out till 2 or 3 months later when they originally gave me my agreement and paperwork and said, okay, well, we're going to give you this amount of money. But then, like, when they went bankrupt, I was like, oh my God, like, basically, I'm not going to get this money, the rest of it now, you know?
Yeah.
So at least I got some, because some people who were let go, who worked there for 20 years, got nothing. Because they got let go after they went bankrupt. So after they got bankrupt, we got nothing. So at least I got let go before bankrupt, so I got something. But I was banking on the years I've been there. I'm like, I'm not leaving. I'm staying here until you pay me out.
And so they're not in business now?
They are. So their bankruptcy is over. Isn't that shady?
Shady.
Yeah.
Do you know anyone that's still there that was there?
Yeah, they let go of a lot of people there, but there's still some people there, and those people are so unhappy. She's still there, but everything's such like skeleton staff now.
Huh. Mm-hmm. And can they produce in China and send it over?
Probably, but I feel like China was having a lot of issues, you know, because I guess like the taxes and the tariffs and all that stuff. I think they were having a lot of problems.
And so do you see it now as a blessing in any way yet, or is it too soon?
It's too soon because I don't have a job.
Yeah, you're like, no, it sucks.
So
I was able to do both before.
Yeah, like I need a job and then my side hustle. So I don't know, unless I can figure out how to create a business in the next 3 months, because my mortgage will kick back in either 3 to 6 months, because originally it was supposed to be over in March and I would have to pay mortgage again. So I was like, oh shit, like I gotta figure out how to get a job soon. But then I still don't have a job, and I think when Biden came into presidency, I think he extended it for another 6 months, I think. Yeah. So every 3 months I have to renew it. So I think 6 months is probably gonna be the end of it. So I need to figure out a plan in the next 6 months. Either get a job or create $1 million business out of $100.
You gotta watch that show.
I do. How can we make $1 million of $100, right?
Yeah. It's just, you have to just try.
Something out of nothing. This is my nothing. This is my day one of nothing.
Yeah, and the thing is, in that show, there's no days off. It was just like brutal. Like every day you have to figure it out.
Yeah, that's crazy because I mean they have no money.
One guy had to sleep in his car.
Yeah, I mean if you have nothing, if you have a car, that's where you're sleeping.
Yeah, so they had to do that because they didn't. That's all they had. They had a car and $100.
Yeah, oh my god, I gotta watch it.
I know, I'm obsessed with it. There's 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They're on the 2nd season, and the 2nd season is during COVID.
That's amazing. Well, I had to cut my cable. I was like, I have to cut everything.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
He's really good at the piano.
Oh my God. So I tried to learn how to play, which song is it? The not like I don't know what it is, but it's the piano version that you hear in the Nas song. I know I can. I think I can, or whatever. I know I can. So it's like the little piano is. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's for Elise or something like that. Maybe I'm not sure what it is. But I tried to teach myself how to play that just to get my brain working
Yeah.
and like, thinking. So I was like, all right, let me try doing piano. So that's the only thing I can play right now. A little bit of that.
Yeah. We did it during COVID because we were like,
Yeah.
what is it?
Oh my
And
God, I
so,
want to hear. I want to see him play. Because you have little videos of him.
yeah.
Can you play anything?
Recent though, no videos, but
Mhm.
he's really good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
He's
did you learn how to play too?
Well, we started this app called Simply Piano,
Yeah.
and he just took off, and like
Oh,
it's amazing. It teaches you really easily.
simply
And
piano.
I'm in like the second little level, and he's like, I don't know, way up there. And we started getting him lessons.
Oh, that's amazing.
And there's a kid down the street who teaches, and so we were like, well, it's right here. Let's just go. And now he's like almost in the 4th book.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Well, you know what? It seems old to me now, but it's not to others. But for Christmas, he made an album, and we made, we did the art on the front, all that.
Yeah, yeah.
And we sent it to, you know what I'll do? I'll send you the, I have it digitally on my phone.
Yeah.
Send you that. But even since then, he's
really
not saying it loud because he's bashful, but
yeah. That's
so
amazing.
We found like we went to some guys, because we're not in the position to buy a piano at all.
Yeah.
We had him on a keyboard, a Casio keyboard thing, and then
I think that's what I have.
Yeah, and then this guy is like a piano mover, and he had a bunch of old pianos for free and stuff.
Oh
and
my
so,
God.
So we found one, but he was like, "Oh, that one's broken. It's not for sale." It's like it fell down the stairs, or it fell down the ramp, and like the whole face came off. And we were like, "But it's a Yamaha. Like, let's play it, And like we played it, and it was a really beautiful sound. And we're like, so the only thing wrong with it is that the whole face came off. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, will you sell it?
Yeah.
So he sold it to us for like, I think it was like, well, Michael's grandma said she wanted to buy it. She said, I want to contribute because I've bought all my grandkids a musical instrument. And so she ended up buying it, but it was only like I think it was with the move, because the move's always like $200 or whatever.
It
ended up being $600, and then we got it fixed, 2 visits from the tuner, and he fixed the front. And we looked up the model, and it's like a $5,000 piano.
That's amazing.
So we got this awesome piano now. So
for $500.
Yeah, so he's playing it like a lot, and he does a lesson.
That must sound amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're trying to keep him on that, and of course he wants, video games too. It's like,
yeah.
I don't want to give you video games, but I do a little bit, in moderation.
Yeah. You got a little prodigy on your hands there.
Oh, he's so cute. But yeah, I'll send you the digital file. And
I want to hear it.
It's cute. And that one is like, seems like ages ago that he made that, but he wants to make another one, which is cute.
Oh, that's cute.
He wants to make that, so.
Yeah.
All his friends are going back to school, because it's opening.
Yeah.
And like all of them are going back. And he's like, no, I just want to distance learn. He just wants to stay home. So he took the option. He's like, as long as they offer it, I'm staying home.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
That's good. He's like, I'm just gonna stay home and do all of this.
finally getting back to me, you know, my art. All I want to do is art. And the other thing is that I love stories. So like to me, art isn't everything. Your art is your voice, your speaking, your connection. You know, you can feel everyone's energy. That's your art. It's the art of living to me. So art and hustle to me is the art of living and art of it and everything.
I hope that you've cut that piece right there and make it your intro and